everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's been a while. It's been about 3 weeks since the last upload. I think it was the VAR incident, even that with the Arsenal Liverpool game. But a lot's happened since then. Try and catch you up to speed quickly. Liverpool lost 7-2 to Villa. No one saw that coming. Whoever did and put money on it, you are one lucky fella. You must have won a fortune. Yeah, no one saw that result coming. Liverpool was awful. Villa, congrats to them. I think you're going to see results like that a lot more now in the league. Obviously, after what happened with United and Tottenham, what happened with Leicester and City, you're going to see a lot of teams now going for it as opposed to playing cautious, playing caution to the wind as with the fact that there's no fans now in stadiums. Players are going to be a lot more experimental and more expressive with the way that they attack and be less cautious. Obviously, because there's no fans there to moan and groan if they make a mistake, so you're going to see a lot more of that. So congrats to Villa. Liverpool celebrated. Klopp celebrated 5 years being at Liverpool. It was a great moment. Recapping some of his memorable highlights. As a Liverpool fan, I think the moment that stick out for me is Dortmund, the main one. Obviously, the Norwich game when we won 5-4. Dortmund game when we beat them in the Europa League and second leg at Anfield. That was an incredible scene. People talk about the West Brom game, obviously where we came back and drew 2-2, and the players are celebrating, holding arms, and people taking the piss out of Liverpool. How can you be celebrating a draw? I don't think that was celebrating a draw. That in itself wasn't really a standout moment for me or a highlight for me, but it helped galvanise and bridge the support between the players and the fans. Because I think that came off the back of the Palace defeat as well at home. Another one is obviously the Barcelona game. Come on, that's like that moment will live forever in our memories. I'm got it on DVD. I've got the whole game. I'm gonna let my kids watch it at some point. That was an incredible moment. And obviously winning the Champions League for the sixth time and then winning the Premier League. Klopp has been a revelation to Liverpool, and it's funny because when the announcement happened that Brendan Rodgers got sacked and that we were in contention for either Klopp or Ancelotti, I was one of the people that wanted Ancelotti. I was so annoyed when we got Klopp because I thought to myself, yeah, he's good, but he's not world class. He wasn't world class at the time. He'd done well at Dortmund, fair enough. Got into 2 Bundesliga titles, a German Cup. They done well, but he wasn't considered a world class manager at the time. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. But Ancelotti was proven in the Premier League as well, across other leagues. He was someone that I felt like if we were ever going to win the league, it would be with someone like him. But the difference is with Klopp and Ancelotti. Klopp has a history of being at a club for a long period of time and building a legacy. Ancelotti doesn't. And I feel like with the way FSG's transfer policy is set up, it better suited Klopp than it did Ancelotti. So even though I was annoyed that we didn't get Ancelotti the first time round, and we ended up going for Klopp, it is proven that it was the right decision. And hey, we can't all get things right. So I hold my hands up to it. I was wrong. I'm so happy we got Klopp. Klopp is the best manager I've seen at Liverpool in my lifetime. Who got down to treble, the treble, the whatever. But Rafa Benitez got us the fifth Champions League in Istanbul, that memorable FA Cup final. But to me, Klopp is head and shoulders above both of them. I'm not even going to mention Brendan Rodgers or Roy Hodgson. Roy Evans, I was a bit young for the Roy Evans. From what I remember, the end of Roy Evans' career as a manager, at Liverpool, and obviously the beginning of Gerard Houllier. So I don't really know too much about Roy Evans, but again, I don't think he was as prolific or a great manager as Klopp is. And obviously I don't remember at all the Graham Souness era. But yeah, no, salute to Klopp. 5 great years. Hopefully 5 more. And who knows, maybe even 5 more after that. Fingers crossed. But another thing I want to talk about with Klopp, the 5 years of Klopp. Klopp has made a few signings, and this is thanks to the Bloodwood podcast. They put this up, but Klopp has made. They're looking at. They listed, as you can see on the screen, all of Klopp's signings. He arrived 5 years ago, and there are some questionable signings. You can see Stephen Corker being one on loan. I remember when we bought him, or when we loaned him out, that was a strange one. It made no sense to me. But I know, see, when he did come on for like a few games, they stuck him up front, I guess because of his physical presence. He didn't really play too much in defence, which was, you said you learn a defender, you play him in defence, but yeah, just stuck him up front. He didn't really score, didn't do much, but yeah, that was a weird one for me. Um, Alex Manigat, I guess he needed a senior keeper. Dominic Solanke, which um, people say was a failure, which at Liverpool he kind of was, but selling him, well, buying him getting him for free from Chelsea and then selling him for like 30 million to Bournemouth when he only scored one Premier League goal. Pretty genius. So yeah, we can't really say that he's a failure. Um, Camille Grabara, another keeper, ain't really done much. I haven't really seen or heard too much from him since. So you could say that one's a failure. Grujic, which is a bit upsetting because I was really looking forward to seeing him after watching him play against Barcelona in the friendly for us. I think in Klopp's first pre-season, I think we played Barcelona friendly at Wembley. I went to watch the game, and Grujic in that game was he looked decent. He looked raw. He was a raw talent, but he looked promising. And since then, it's just like it's literally just been loan after loan, and he's not turned into a player I had hoped to have seen, or anyone would have hoped to have seen at Liverpool, to be honest. So yeah, obviously Karius. Yeah, we all know about him. It's kind of sad, really. Matip is another one for free as well, and Cavan, experienced players. But then you just look off the list after that: Ronaldo, Salah, Mane, Robertson, Chamberlain, Keita, Van Dijk, Fabinho, Becker, Shaqiri, like just players that have helped change and help us, players that came in and helped us get over the edge and win the Champions League and also the Premier League the following season. Obviously, you look at some of the youngsters as well. Like, you hope to see, it'll be interesting to see how Vandenberg and Javier Elliott step up. And obviously, we all want to see more from Minamino and Jota. And Thiago just he's world class. He speaks for himself. But yeah, they don't know. I think they also asked the question: Who do they think Klopp's best signing was? Obviously, you got various opinions. For me, Klopp's best signing out of all of these, I would have to say, for me personally, Alisson Becker or Mane. Only because when we bought Mane that season, it got us into the Champions League, which then started the domino effect of allowing us to buy Salah and then allowing us to eventually buy Van Dijk, Keita, and then Alisson. And it's just like, okay, so the Mane situation, you could say Mane was probably his best, his most important, but Alisson also only because the save he made against Napoli in the Champions League that season, like got us out of the group stages and on that incredible run, and then eventually winning the Champions League, and then also the following season winning the Premier League. I think he broke a record in his first debut season in the Premier League. I think he broke records for clean sheets. It's just like, mate. So Alisson for me, but also I think it's Mane or Alisson. It's one of the two for me. Those two are just like two important signings on the club. But oh yes, Project Big Picture dominated the headlines. So basically, from what I understand, Liverpool and United have came together with an idea of saving English football lower leagues by reducing the capacity of the Premier League from 20 teams to 18 teams and making a playoff for the team that finishes 16th. They have to compete in a playoff with a team that finishes third, fourth, and fifth in the championship. If I'm correct, yes. And obviously they decide who gets promoted and who stays in the Premier League. They automatically give 250 mil, I believe it is, straight to the lower leagues. English football leagues, they want to get rid of the Carling Cup or Football League Cup, whatever they call it, the Community Shield. They want to get rid of as well, which doesn't make sense to me. So I thought that was a charity-based trophy. I don't know. And they also wanted to give the power of the Premier League into the hands of the Big Six, which clearly doesn't sit well with me. Doesn't sit well with anyone. Thankfully, it's been scrapped, and we can forget about Project Big Picture for the foreseeable future. But I don't know what they were thinking. If it is true that it was United and Liverpool that orchestrated this to try and save, yeah, it was you went about it the wrong way. I don't know what they were thinking. What they were thinking, I have no idea. Um, but yeah, it was nuts. Moving ahead. Now that we're all caught up, let's look ahead to the games coming up this weekend. Wow, I'm almost seeing myself ahead. Okay, so Merseyside Derby kicking off our weekend on Saturday. Liverpool Everton, high flying Everton. Um, Boy, this is going to be a game. I think this is going. Liverpool have to bounce back after what happened with Villa. There's no excuse for any poor performance, especially in the Merseyside Derby, with no fans. Well, it's Goodison Park, you know. You'll be like, oh, I'm sure they'll sound like there's fans there anyway, because it's usually quiet. But it is going to be an interesting game because Everton are no marks, not right now, especially not under Angelotti. They are on fire, and Liverpool's defense has to like, mate, it is going to be one game, another game because with the whole people debating with age, and this is another thing I wanna. Sorry to sidetrack, but this is another thing I wanna. Adrian, it's obvious. Adrian is not, or Adrian, whatever his name, is not a great keeper. He's a number two. Now, the fact that people were saying drop him and bring in Kelleher, our third choice keeper, by the way, in makes no sense because Kelleher conceded 5 goals against an Arsenal B team in a Carling Cup, and you want to put him in the Merseyside Derby against a high flying Everton. It makes no sense whatsoever. Because one mistake, because the kid's what, 20, 21? If he fucks up, it's not like Adrian who can make a mistake, get over it, and come back the next week because he's an experienced keeper. He's been through it. He's done it. He can. But Keller, if you put him in goal against the Merseyside Derby and he makes a mistake, costs off the game, you have literally ruined his career. Look at Cavius. That one mistake or two mistakes in the Champions League final ruined his career. You put Keller in that position and you're going to ruin his career, and it's not fair. So people that were saying, "No, bring Kelleher in, drop Adrian," clearly don't know nothing about either being a goalkeeper or football in general. So yeah, so please stop with all this. Let's just get behind Adrian. He's going to be in goal for the next 6 weeks that Alisson's out for. If he's out for 6 weeks, we just have to get behind him and support him. We can't be singing "You Never Walk Alone," but yet when one of our players makes mistakes that cost us a game, we throw him to the wayside and leave him to be isolated and just like ridicule him. And, like it's silly. It makes no sense. So let's stop all of that. Let's get behind Adrian for the next 6 weeks and let's try and win some games. Um, so Merseyside Derby, I think, boy, I am hoping. I think Thiago, Mane, and Henderson are all fit to play, which is great news because the midfield definitely needed Henderson in the last game against Villa. Um, Speaking of that last game, if you see the picture of Klopp, he was ready to punch Adrian. If you look at the picture here, like it's crazy. Like you can look at his fist. he was ready to just like, Klopp is it's funny, but yeah, we definitely needed Thiago in that midfield and Mane. Oh, how we need Mane. Honestly, I am not looking forward to the game if Everton take the lead. Because if Everton take the lead, I don't think we'll have enough in our tank. I think we'll be too exposed at the back to try and win. If we go to try and win the game, and Everton will count. Because Dominic Calvert-Lewin is just on fire right now. Richarlison, fucking James Rodriguez, fucking hell. Oh my gosh, I am not looking forward to this game. But you got to get behind the team, got to get behind the manager, the players. You got to have faith, I guess. And I think we can do it. I'm hoping we can do it. Fingers crossed. Obviously, again, apologies for taking so long with the video update. It's life. It is what it is. I want to try and be more consistent moving forward, but I'm not making any promises. It is what it is. If you get a video, you get a video. If not, it is what it is. But let me know what you think. Red fans, how you feeling about Merseyside Derby? Let me know. You excited? You buzzing? Don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe. Really appreciate it. It goes a long way. Please don't forget to subscribe and also put the notification bell on. Then that way you get alerted every time a new video drops. It's very easy. Rather than having to type in and search for my videos every week, you can just get alerted. You can just get alert on your phone, and then you can just save it to your watch later list and watch it in your own time. But yeah, once again, thank you. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. My details will be somewhere on the screen. And yeah, look out for me on my podcast as well, which is coming out. Next episode coming out soon. On Spotify, SoundCloud, all of that crap. And yeah, let me know. And obviously, if you want me to do any collaborations with anyone, let me know. Or if you want to do any collaborations, let me know in the comments. And yeah, we can make it happen. Let's work. Let's build. See you guys later.